waving to the referee, I think saying he didn't do it. That was an interesting reaction by Cale Makar, almost saying don't call that penalty, but I think they already called the penalty.
Well, unless they changed their mind, and they years ago, Brendan, that just never happened. They never changed their mind.
No penalty on the play. Cale Makar, credit to him for being honest. He said, no, I just slipped.
I just slipped. Just see what happened. Well, he hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Barzal never. It wasn't really. Certainly did not trip him. Watch where his stick is. So that's. No, you can see now. He's not even close to Barzal.
I think things you love to see right there. A couple nights ago, Cale Makar ate shit in the corner. The penalty was called on Matt Barzal, and Cale Makar went to the ref and be like, "No, he didn't trip me. No call, he didn't trip me." So you can just decline the penalty. You can just be like, "Yeah." That happened a couple of years ago. Jacob Voracek did not get high sticked. He told the ref, "No, I didn't high stick me. Don't worry about it." I love that. It's one of the things that makes the NHL still a sport of the people. This is interesting to see. Daily Sports Podcast, News, Narrative, Stakes, Gambling. I may or may not take a hiatus next week. We shall see. I cannot decide. Perhaps. Perhaps yes, perhaps no. Today, we're going to get into some NFL, Pro Bowl rosters, and whatnot. So let's jump right into it with the Thursday Night Football preview. I don't know if the Avs won or lost the game. I imagine they won. The Islanders are okay. They're not great. Whatever. And shouts to all of you paying attention to world politics. Tucker Carlson and Zelensky are trending on Twitter. So that's fun. If you don't know who Tucker Carlson is and you're listening to the show, that's good. Don't worry about it. He's just a guy that talks shit on TV. Okay. I know. Isn't that crazy that that's all your life amounted to? What if all you did was just like talk for a living? That would be just crazy. Huh? So Pro Bowl rosters were announced yesterday, and everyone is mad. Everyone is pumped, whatever. One of the most interesting things to me is that TJ Watt is a Pro Bowler, which is fascinating to me, specifically because he was hurt, if you'll recall. But he still made the team. So we just like do the famous people, I guess. He is really good, and he deserves it, kind of. I don't know. He got hurt. Quarterbacks. Let's do the AFC first. Quarterbacks, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. Yep, check. I don't, off the top of my head, I'm like, Tua. No, I don't. Nope. Running backs, Nick Chubb, check. Josh Jacobs, check. Derrick Henry, check. Breece Hall probably would have made it for the Jets. He got hurt. Wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, and Jamar Chase. Anybody from the AFC missing there? No, I don't think so. Off the top of my head, I guess. Nope, no idea. Tight end, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews. That one's easy and lazy. Offensive tackle, Laramie Tunsil. My goodness, he is good. Wow. Teron Armstead for the Miami Dolphins. He's had a good year. And Orlando Brown from the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they just put him in because he's a Chief. I don't know who else would beat him, but I don't know. Guards, Batonio from the Browns. He's great. Quentin Nelson from the Colts. He's famous. And Joe Tooney from the Chiefs. He's famous also. Centers, Chad Humphrey and Mitch Morse. Kansas City and Buffalo, respectively. Let's go to defense. Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson. I don't know about Hendrickson, but Crosby and Garrett are Defensive Player of the Year material kind of guys. Interior lineman, Chris Jones from the Chiefs. Ugh, he is insane. Quinnen Williams from the Jets, also insane. I think he could be Defensive Player of the Year. And Jeffrey Simmons, those are by far the best guys. Matt Judon, Khalil Mack, TJ Watt for linebackers. Roquan Smith, CJ Mosley for the Jets. Sauce Gardner as a rook. And Pat Surtain, I think, is a second or third year player. Those guys are Pro Bowlers. They're sick. Xavier Howard's having a good year for the Dolphins. And Marlon Humphrey for the Ravens. Free safety, that's Minka Fitzpatrick. What a player he turned out to be. Strong safety, Derwin James, Jordan Poyer, and then some kickers and things. I don't care enough about the kickers to name them. They're I don't know how seriously they take the special teams portions of this, to be honest with you. Because it just seems like just random guys. I don't know. And let's go to the NFC. Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins are the quarterbacks. Yiggity yikes. What? I didn't know that. Jalen Hurts, yes, obviously. Should we go through the quarterbacks real quick? Justin Fields, no. Jared Goff, maybe. But Kirk Cousins over him for sure. I don't know about Geno over Jared Goff. The Garoppolo's hurt. Stafford's hurt. Kyler Murray's hurt and also shitty this year, but he kind of deserves it a little bit more. Dak? No Dak. I guess he was hurt. No Brady. That's funny. No Tom Brady. No Daniel Jones. All right, whatever. Running back, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard from the Cowboys. That's a fan vote thing. Has to be Miles Sanders from the Eagles. What? Does the NFC suck this bad? The NFC does have a fullback. Kyle Juszczyk is going to the Pro Bowl. Respect that. Wide receiver is Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin. Sure. Pretty good. No complaints off the top of my head. A.J. Brown definitely deserves to go. Justin Jefferson, sure. Kittle and Hawkinson are the tight ends. Hawkinson, I don't know. There's other good tight ends in the NFC. Dallas Goedert probably should have gone over him, but he got hurt. Offensive tackle, Trent Williams, the best or second best tackle in the NFL. Then Lane Johnson from the Eagles. Tristan Wirfs from the Bucks. He's sick. Zach Martin from the Cowboys is a guard. Landon Dickerson from the Eagles is a guard. Second-year player. Yeah, the Eagles are good. They have 8 Pro Bowlers. Chris Lidstrom from the Falcons. Jason Kelsey and Frank Ragnow are the centers from the Lions. They are by far the best centers in the NFL. By far. Fight me, nerds. The defensive ends are Bosa, Brian Burns, and DeMarcus Lawrence. Ooh, Lawrence got in because he's a Cowboy. That doesn't make sense to me. No disrespect, but kind of disrespect. Aaron Donald, Jonathan Allen, and Dexter Lawrence are the interior D linemen. They are all filthy. Micah Parsons, Darius Smith, and Hassan Reddick are pass rushers. They're all sick. Hassan Reddick, I think, leads the NFL in sacks, or his top 5. And the Bosa leads. Judon's right there, and Reddick's right there, too. Zadarius Smith is now with the Vikings. He was Ravens, Packers, Vikings. Fred Warner and Demario Davis are the linebackers. Darius Slay, Trayvon Diggs, Tariq Woolen is a rookie for the Seahawks. He's played really well. Jair Alexander from the Packers. Those are the corners. Quandre Diggs is a free safety, and the strong safeties are Budda Baker and Talanoa Hufanga. He's the guy with the hair, San Francisco, that's really sick. And then there are special teams guys. So those are your Pro Bowl rosters. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know. I mean, no snubs, except for, I can't believe Geno Smith is, I guess, was Brady snubbed? I don't know. Maybe the NFC just sucks. Maybe all the good players in the Eagles. 8 players from the Eagles. That's unbelievable. The National Football League, your league and mine, is in advanced talks with Google, a.k.a. YouTube. I guess it's Alphabet's subsidiary, YouTube, to buy the rights to NFL Sunday Ticket. Thank the Lord. I absolutely refuse to buy Apple. God. Ugh. YouTube TV right now costs about $70 a month, $65 a month, I believe. This is all inside reporting from the Wall Street Journal, so shouts to them for getting the scoop. DirecTV has had Sunday Ticket for a while now, and nobody likes it. Apple had reached an agreement, I believe, with soccer to stream to prove that they could do sports. Amazon, Apple, and YouTube have all been dabbling in sports. And remember, Twitch is part of Amazon, so they're kind of using the capabilities of that platform. I guess it's you would just subscribe to YouTube. So I think the thing that probably put it over the edge this year is YouTube TV came out with a feature for college football. So you can stream on any number of apps and TVs and things, and you can get ESPN Plus, and you can do a bunch of other stuff, and Roku and Sling and all this other stuff. But what YouTube TV did this year that I think I would bet my ass this has helped put them over the edge here with the NFL was that for college football they let you do pick and click and drag 4 different screens, and you can have multiple monitors. So Sunday Ticket does something similar. I can watch 4 different games at the same time on Sunday Ticket, but YouTube doing it streamlessly from different channels of ESPN was great, and people really, really, really liked it. And I imagine that's the kind of thing that the NFL is looking for, and it matters to me for sure. I mean, I don't want to buy Apple. I just don't. So that's really cool if that happens. But it's right now it's just a report of a report, right? Who knows? Who knows how this is going to work out? So I guess we'll just be. I would say I'll keep you updated, but you'll know. You're not going to have a choice. Whatever they choose is. That's just what it's going to be. Drake May was an outside Heisman candidate for a little while until North Carolina lost to North Carolina State. He could have transferred, but chose to stay at North Carolina. He'll be a high draft prospect next year-ish. Pat Narduzzi, who's the head coach of Pittsburgh, says he knew, and this is a quote, he's talking shit, that there were 2 schools that offered Drake May $5 million to transfer to their schools. He suggested they were SEC schools. I'm going to guess Bama and A&M. However, I wouldn't be shocked if Notre Dame asked to pay him some money. I mean, they went down there and kicked their ass. I imagine the entire time, coaches had to be thinking, God, that guy's good. But he chose to stay. Good for him, I guess. I don't know. It depends. This NIL thing is interesting because if you have somebody in your life that you can trust as one of these players and they're going to look you in the face and be like, no, you ain't. I mean, you might go to the league, but you ain't it, dude. Then take the NIL money. Duh. It's money. It's your livelihood. And if you're not good enough to go to the league, you're never going to get money like that. And if you're smarter to save it, like that can completely change your life. But Drake May is going to go to the NFL, maybe, unless he falls off the face of the earth. And even then, he'll probably still go. And if he believes in himself, so why not transfer? Or why not stay? Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need the money to make the decision. And if you make the decision based on money, then you're kind of a slave to that kind of thing. Like, I don't know. It's a tough situation. And that's also, it's entirely possible that Pat Narduzzi was just mad about stuff, so he was just saying that, right? Thursday Night Football preview, let's get into it. We did Pro Bowl rosters. Let's do Thursday Night Football preview. The Jags are at the Jets in a game that matters for the playoffs. The Jets are 7-7. The Jags are 6-8. The division is on the line for the Jags. If they win out, they will win the division, like point blank period. They've got one more game with Tennessee. I think that's the case, right? Let's look at the Titans. The Titans are the Texans, the Cowboys, and the Jags. Right. That's why they finished the year. They finished the year against the Jaguars. So right now the Titans are 7-7 after starting 7-3. And the Jags are 6-8, right? So if the Jags win out, that puts them at 9-8. The Titans can get to 10. So the only way that the Titans can for sure beat the Jags is winning out. But they can't both win out because they play each other. So if the Jags win out, no matter what happens, even if the Titans win 2 more games, they will be division champs because they already have a game in hand against the Titans. Okay, let's get into the game. The Jags are 1.5-point underdogs on the road to the New York Jets. The Jets have probably the best defense in the NFL. They have really good offensive players and some pieces. They have a quarterback that doesn't know what's going on. And that honestly is all you need. He made 1 or 2 mistakes last week against Detroit, and that was enough. But we have a different situation this weekend for teams that want to run the ball because there is an enormous storm across the majority of the United States. Thoughts and prayers. People in Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Idaho. It's so cold and so wind chilly in Montana that people who, and this is a winter place, are losing power. So that storm, the front end of the cold front is going to hit New York City today around noon. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if this game gets moved. I'm not joking. And I don't know if there are reports, but right now, just because the freezing rain can create some pretty shitty things for your body, like that can actually give you hypothermia. So they'll have to pay attention to that. It's 100% chance of precipitation at kickoff. So I'll bring it up. Here's the weather if you want to watch on the screen. So this says Monday. It's not Monday. This is precipitation throughout the day, right? 100% chance. 100% chance of precipitation at 8 p.m. See, there's 8 p.m. See, I know this is Monday, but this is just Google's formatting. This formatting is meant for mobile, not for desktop. 8 p.m., 100%. 50 degrees. It's going to be cold. It's going to warm up, right? Is it a warm front in the north? It's a cold front in the south. Interesting. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. So I think that's going to impact scoring, and so does Vegas. The over-under is 37.5 points. I like the under, and I think the Jags are going to win. I think they're a better team, and quarterbacks win. I think that on paper, the Jets should have the ability to stop them. Yes, their quarterback can't score enough points. So if you keep giving Trevor Lawrence the ball, if you keep giving these good quarterbacks swings, they're going to hit. I mean, they just dropped 40-something on Dallas, and Dallas has the other best defense in the NFL. So I think the Jags are going to win. I also have some bets. Zach Wilson under 197 passing yards. Trevor Lawrence over 212. Like, how can he go over? It's the rain. He's just going to keep chucking it, and he's better. You know, and they have their receivers they don't get as open as the Jets receivers, but they'll fight for the ball. So I don't think they're ever really out of it. Like, Marvin Jones is really good at intercepting interceptions. He did it a lot for Matthew Stafford, and he's already done it a couple times for Jacksonville in his career as well. So that's going to do it. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Tomorrow we'll do Football Friday, and we'll see what happens for interesting to see the rest of the way. Probably not Monday, the day after Christmas. Maybe, though. Who knows? Got bowl games and things. There's bowl games today. Nothing crazy, though, so we'll look into it tomorrow. All right. Back and better than ever tomorrow morning.